Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting chapter given in tissue, which is a chapter of class 9, and the topic is blood. As we know that each and every human being or each and every animal or each and every organism present on the earth in which there is life, so the most important component, the most important tissue present in their body, which is called as blood. Yes, you listen correct. Blood is a important tissue. Blood contains different types of cells in our body. It contains numerous cells. It contains numerous substances, but it is called as a tissue. Why? Because combination of cells, combination of different types of cells form tissue. And blood is a, remember very carefully, blood is a fluid connective tissue. It comes under a part of connective tissue. Why? Because it connects all parts of the body from head to foot. Each and every part of the body connected with the help of blood. Did you know that any part of the body which is not connected with the help of blood? Two. One called as our nails and second called as our hair, because they are made up of dead cells. They are made up of dead components, and there is no blood in our hair, in our nails, except hair and nails. All parts of our body contains blood, and blood is a fluid connective tissue which is very important for our body. Blood is not a single word. Blood not contains any like a specific component, any separate component. It contains different types of components together. Like in the previous classes, or you also having a small knowledge about blood, like it contains WBC, it contains RBC, it contains plasma, it contains platelets. So all these small cells, all these cells mix together, all these cells come across together, they join together and form a red color substance which is called as blood. Second, I want to tell you why blood is important in our body. Why? What was the requirement of blood in our body? Because each and everything transported in our body with the help of blood. Each and every component, each and every substance transported in with the help of our blood. For example, just take a quick example. Oxygen transported with the help of blood. Water transported with the help of blood. Food nutrients transported with the help of blood. Medicines transported with the help of blood. Carbon dioxide transported with the help of blood. Waste substances transported with the help of blood. So each and every substance, each and every important substance, each and every waste substance transported only and only with the help of blood. Each and everyone, when listen a word called blood, then there is a red color roaming in their mind. Something red color in their mind. Is actually blood red in color, or it gains after some time due to intermixing of few particles? I want to tell you, RBC looks blue in color when there is no oxygen in our blood. Our RBC, red blood corpuscles, or called as red blood cells, looks like blue in color when there is no oxygen in our body. With the help of oxygen, with the help of hemoglobin, our blood looks like red in color. When there is no hemoglobin, or when there is less hemoglobin, or when there is less oxygen, then our blood looks like blue in color, dark blue in color, light blue in color. But important thing, our blood must be red in color. So before starting our topic, there's only a quick introduction about the topic. I want to show you few images related with the components of blood. So first you observe these images, and afterward we continue our topic, blood. So this is the first image in front of you. Here, you know that there's some disc-shaped structure moving in a tunnel. There's a disc-shaped structure moving in a tunnel. What are these disc-shaped structure moving in a tunnel? This is RBC. red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. They are moving in blood vessels. They are moving in blood vessels with one another. These are small tubes. These are, some tubes are thick, some tubes are small, some tubes are very, very small. So they are moving inside the blood vessels. So first, this is RBC, red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. So we come to the next image. So here with RBC, you find two white color circular substance. First white color substance is larger and second white color substance given at the side, which is little smaller. You know that what are these white color substance? These are called as WBC, which is called as white blood corpuscles. They are called as white blood corpuscles. We discuss all these things, all these functions after a few minutes, just after a few minutes. But first you understand, you make a image in your mind how components of blood looks like. First we observe there are red blood cells. All these are red blood cells and they are moving in a tube which is called as blood vessel or which is called as blood capillary. Okay. Next, along with RBC, along with red blood cells, white blood cells also present in our body. White blood cells also present along with RBC. RBC, WBC, they are present along with in the blood capillaries, inside the blood capillaries. Okay. So this WBC is having a very important factor, very important part in our blood. They kill disease causing microorganisms. They kill pathogens. They kill harmful substances. They destroy harmful substances present in our blood and they protect us. WBC protect us. White blood corpuscles protect us. Next image. Yes, that's a very important image. So here with RBC, you know that RBC circular in shape, which is also called as discoidal shape. They are in the form of disc. They are in the form of a small disc. Okay. And here you find some purple color, 5, 6 elongated, pointed, horns like structure, pointed, needle like structure. What is this purple color structure? This purple color structure is called as platelets. They are very important. They are very, very important for our body. Why they are very important for our body? Because sometimes if you get severe cut in your hand, sometimes if you get severe wound in your body, if you struck with something, then blood start coming out from your body. So after some time, automatically blood flowing stops. And how blood flowing stops? With the help of platelets, because platelets helps in blood clotting. ब्लड को रोकने में हेल्प करता है. They helps in blood clotting. Okay, so these platelets coagulate with each other. These platelets coagulate with each other, and on the wound part, जहां पे आपका घाव होता है, on the wound part, they form a mesh-like structure. Mesh means जाल जैसा structure. They form a mesh-like structure, and with the help of mesh-like structure, blood flowing stops. Okay, next, come to the next image. So remember these purple color particles very carefully. These are called as platelets. But actually this is a ultra structure of platelet. But actually when you observe component of blood, platelet actually not looks like this. Okay, they are in the form of rhombus, rhomboidal shape. They are in the form of rhombus, and sometimes they also looks like drop like structure, like a water drop. They also looks like drop like structure. Okay, so come to the next image. Yes, this is a small test tube, and a small test tube contains component of blood: plasma, white blood cells, and red blood cells. Plasma, white blood cells, and red blood cells. Plasma looks like yellow in color, and it is also very important part of blood. Why it is a very important part of blood? Because it contains different types of nutrients. They contain different important substances which is required for our body. Like I want to tell you, there's a 3 important protein which contained by plasma. Number 1, fibrinogen. Number 1, fibrinogen, which helps in blood clotting. Number 2, albumin, and number 3, globulin. Number 1, fibrinogen. Number 2, albumin. And number 3, globulin. So remember very carefully. Afterward, white blood cells and red blood cells. And these components are separated with each other with the help of centrifugation method. And centrifugation method you already studied in chemistry. Chapter number 2 is matter around us pure, topic separation of mixtures. And in topic separation of mixture, there's a method called as centrifugation. With the help of centrifugation, these components are separated with each other. I want to tell you one important thing. Plasma flow with our blood components. Plasma easily flow with our blood components, but they never mixes with blood. But they never mixes with blood. Their density is different. They mix, like they flow with our blood. They flow together with our blood. They flow together in a vessel, in a tube, in a blood capillary, but they never mixes with each other. Okay. So come to the next image. Yes, this image is very important. Uh, you know that there's a bone. There is a bone. And here, you know that bone is composed of calcium. Bone is made up of calcium. And bone is very hard. Bone is very hard, very tough and hard. Did you know that inside the bone, there is a soft tissue present? There is a soft tissue present which is called as bone marrow. You see on the screen, you just watch on the screen, yellow marrow given at the center and red marrow given at the other side. Yellow marrow and red marrow, they are called as bone marrow. Okay, marrow means that something present inside at the center of the body. Okay, and which is very soft, which is very soft in nature, which is spongy in nature, and they helps in formation of blood. Blood formation takes place in bone marrow. Remember very carefully, blood formation takes place in bone marrow. Whatever blood present in our body, it forms only and only with the help of bone marrow. Either it is yellow marrow or either it is red marrow, whatever type of it is. Okay, so their formation of blood takes place with the help of bone marrow, and this bone marrow present in the pelvic region. This bone marrow present in the bone which is present in our pelvic region. Okay, at the back side, there's a pelvic region, and in pelvic region bone marrow present, and bone marrow helps in formation of blood. Okay, come to the next image. There's a small shorter image, and here the center part is located as a bone marrow. In the previous word it is given as yellow marrow, but here it is given as bone marrow. So formation of blood takes place with the help of bone marrow. Bone always hard from outside, but they are very soft from inside. They are very soft from inside. There's a spongy substance present, a spongy part present inside the bone, inside the harder part. So it is called as bone marrow. Okay. Next, this is the real structure of bone. This is the real structure of bone. Outer part made up of calcium, and the inner structure which looks like pink in color. Have you seen this? It looks like pink in color, or it looks like red in color. This pinkish structure or this reddish structure is called as bone marrow. And this bone marrow helps in formation of blood. Okay, this is the real structure of a bone. This is the real structure of a broken bone. Okay. And here also inside this, the pink color, the pink bone marrow or the red bone marrow is also supported with the help of calcium. You also find zigzag lines of calcium. You also find inside zigzag lines of calcium. So this zigzag lines of calcium supports bone marrow. The soft tissue is supported by zigzag lines of calcium. Okay, but remember the pinkish color, the pinkish part and the reddish part is called as bone marrow. Come to the next image. Yes, this is the last image, and after this we continue with our chapter. It is called as white blood cells. You know that blood contains different types of component: RBC, WBC, plasma and platelets. But WBC, white blood cells, or we called white blood corpuscles, also contains some different cells: monocyte, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocytes, and neutrophil. All these helps in protection. It gives protection from foreign bodies, from antibodies, any kind of like uh, uh, if any viruses, if any bacteria, if any pathogen, if any harmful substances ready to enter in our blood, they're ready to eat, they're ready to destroy. Monocyte, eosinophil, basophil, and you also watch in lymphocytes, two cells are given. In lymphocyte, two cells are given. So lymphocytes are of two types, one called as T lymphocyte and second called as B lymphocyte. T lymphocytes means that T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes, the blue color one, in lymphocytes two cells are given. The blue color is T lymphocyte and the yellow color is B lymphocytes. They play a key and lock model. They play a key and lock model for different types of disease causing microorganisms. For example, just take a quick example. If there is a thief want to steal something from your home, and you suddenly caught, and where he is stealing, where they want to steal anything, जिस कमरे से वो चुरा रहा है, you just lock this room from outside. You lock this room from outside, and the thief not able to move outside. The thief not able to move outside. Okay, so what happens with lymphocyte? If they comes in contact with, if they catch any kind of disease causing microorganism, they start playing a key and lock model. They lock the pathogen inside a small structure, in a T and B structure. T and B structure, they lock pathogens, and after few time, when their activity decreases, when they do not get any kind of support from any other cell, they dies, they destroyed in our body, they destroyed in our body. Okay, so lymphocytes are very important thing which is present in white blood cell. But remember very carefully, monocyte, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocytes, and neutrophil all helps in, all protect us from disease causing microorganism. Okay, understand? Okay, so we just remove this picture and come to next screen. So here we talk about in detail about blood. So here we on the next screen. Here we on the next screen. So as you know that blood red in color, so I am just already written over here. Blood is blood in red color. Okay. So as you know that why they get red color, with the help of hemoglobin, because hemoglobin transport oxygen to all parts of our body, and blue color RBC changes into red color when they get oxygen, and oxygen transported with the help of hemoglobin. So we continue our topic again. So as you know that blood is a fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. And where blood flows? Blood flows in small tubes. Small tubes. And what are these tubes are called as? These tubes are called as blood vessels. These are called as blood vessels. Okay, so blood is a fluid connective tissue and they flow in small tubes, and these tubes are called as blood vessels. Okay, so as you know that this blood looks like red in color. In which color? Red color. And how blood gains red color? With the help of hemoglobin. With the help of hemoglobin. With the help of hemoglobin. So blood get its rich red color with the help of hemoglobin. So last point, last confirmation about blood is a adult body. For example, if there's an adult body, so adult body contains, adult body contains near about 5 to 5.5 liters of blood. Liters of blood. How much amount of blood? Near about 5 to 5.5 liters of blood. Okay, 5 to 5.5 liters of blood. Our body contains near about 5 to 5.5 liters of blood. Okay, next. Next, we are going to talk about blood composition. Blood composition. Blood composition. Number one, blood contains WBC, which is called as white blood corpuscles, or we generally called as white blood cells. Number two, RBC, red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. Okay. Next, third, we talk about plasma, a yellow color liquid flows with blood but not mixes with blood. It also contains different protein substances like fibrinogen, albumin, and globulin. Fourth, come with platelets. Platelets. Okay, WBC, RBC, plasma, and platelets. These four important components present in our blood. And as you know that with the help of picture, you also observe WBC also contain many other cells. Many other cells. Not cells, we generally not called as cells, many other components. Components. Okay, so one by one, we're ready to start with WBC, RBC, plasma, and platelets. Okay, so first we're ready to talk about WBC. WBC, white blood corpuscles. Yeah, white blood cells. So first most important thing, what is the other name of WBC? Other name of WBC is called as leukocytes. Other name of WBC is leukocytes. So here we write leukocytes. Other name of WBC is leukocytes, and they contains different types of blood components like basophil, neutrophil, monocyte, uh, like lymphocyte, and some other substances. They contain WBC contain like monocyte, monocyte, basophil, basophil. Next, neutrophil, neutrophil, lymphocytes, lymphocytes, and eosinophils. Okay, monocytes, basophil, neutrophil, lymphocytes, and eosinophils, they are the components of WBC, and they help WBC. There's a combination of all these components form WBC. Okay, WBC never alone. All these components together form WBC. All these components together form WBC. Okay, so what the function of WBC? WBC helps to fight against pathogens, against pathogens. What are called as pathogens? Pathogens are called as disease causing microorganisms. They are harmful for our body. They are totally harmful for our body, so they are called as disease causing microorganisms. So they fight against pathogens. They also fight against infectious substances. Infectious substances. They also fight against infectious substances and form our immune system and form our immune system. Immune system. Okay, what is immune system? Immune system means that there's a WBC combination of WBC combination of uh, means that WBC ready to just work as a wall, just work as a barrier, work as a mesh for all the different types of pathogens, all the different types of disease causing microorganism or any kind of viruses, any kind of bacteria. So it means that immune system means that a system which always ready to fight with pathogens, with a harmful microorganism, which with a disease causing microorganism, which totally enter from our nose, with the help of our eyes, with the help of ear, with the help of our mouth. So each and every time microbes enter in our body, each and every second microbes enter in our body. But who protects? Our immune system protects. Our immune system formed with the help of white blood corpuscles, which is also called as WBC. Okay, so here we make a few highlighted point. Fight against pathogens, infectious substances, and also they form our immune system. Pathogens, infectious substances. Infectious substances means that, for example, SPM, suspended particulate matter. So when suspended particulate matter enters in our body, any kind of pollutants enters in our body, so they also active, because these pollutant contains different types of pathogens. So they also ready to protect us. They also ready to protect from each and every side, each and every time. For example, when you get fever, when you get suffering from like any kind of disease, doctor recommend us medicine. What medicine do? What actually medicine do? Medicine improve our immune system. Medicine make our immune system very rich. It makes our immune system very strong, and this immune system ready to fight with disease causing microorganism, pathogens, and in any other types of bacteria, viruses, any other like uh, foreign bodies. Okay, next we talk about RBC, red blood corpuscles. RBC. So as you know that RBC contain a respiratory pigment. Respiratory pigment. It contains a respiratory pigment. And this respiratory pigment is called as hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. The main important function of hemoglobin is it binds RBC with oxygen. RBC with oxygen. O2 means that oxygen. It binds RBC with oxygen, or oxygen transported with the help of hemoglobin. Oxygen transported with the help of hemoglobin to all parts of our body. Previously, this RBC looks like blue in color, and after when they get oxygen, they looks like red in color. Transformation from blue color to red color. So they transport oxygen in all parts of our body, and they are discoidal shape. They are discoidal shape. Like for example, if you want to observe it from front side, अगर आप इसको सामने से देखें तो कैसा लगेगा? So it looks like in this way. I want to make it. In this way it looks like. Okay, in this way it looks like from front, if you observe it from front. Okay, so in this way it is called as discoidal shape, circular shape, disc shape, whatever you want to say. Okay, each and everything is correct. So today here we stop our topic at RBC. In the next, in the next lecture, we talk about plasma and uh, platelets, the functions of plasma and the functions of platelets, and I also tell you how formation of blood takes place from bone marrow. So I want to summarize in just 1 minute. Today we talk about blood, components of blood like RBC, WBC, plasma, and platelets. They together bind up. They present in one fluid, and this fluid is called as blood. Remember very carefully, blood is only the tissue present in our body which is present in liquid form. Blood present in liquid form. Okay, and this blood is a main important component of our body because it transport all the substances in our body. It transport all the substances in our body: water, oxygen, medicine, waste substances, all substances transported with the help of blood. Okay, and today we discuss finally RBC and WBC. Next time we talk about platelets and plasma. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you.